What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Tell Us More Live Experience. It's your host, myself, Mojak, Lehoko. I'm not here. I'm not alone, rather. I'm here with wonderful Wade Rose from Bitmap Digital, who's bringing you this transmission all the way from Randburg on the ones and twos. We're in Johannesburg, still locked down. I don't know if you guys are still counting how many days it is, but apparently it's like 48 or something. I think at this point we might just keep going, like stop counting. This is like somebody asking you how old you are, and you're like, yeah, I'm 32 years old in 6 months. No, you're 32. At some point, you just have to let it go. It's been tough. A lot of things have been happening this week. Firstly, I don't know if you guys saw Jonathan Steenhuisen, the leader of the DA of the opposition, was on SABC, had a bit of an interview where he just lost it. He lost it. He was claiming that he had spoken to many South Africans who were fed up with the lockdown. And when the presenter of the show asked, which South Africans are you referring to? Our friend John Steenhuisen just lost it. He was like, should I show you a list? The truth is, yes, we would like to see that list, John. We would like to see exactly who it is wants to jeopardize our future by going back out into the world when we haven't fully flattened the curve. But, you know, that's how the DA rolls. They just live in their best lives, do whatever they want. But, of course, it's not all gloom and doom. There is some exciting stuff happening this week. Football is back. Football is back. Do you guys care? Are you bothered? Do you even like the football? I'm excited. It is the Bundesliga, not your top 5 league, you know, but you're going to take it. This is the kind of times we're living in. Beggars definitely can't be choosers. But there's some fixtures that are going on this weekend. A lot of teams have been training all across the continent. La Liga players also been back in training. Serie A, we're not so sure about that. The problem is here in South Africa is that one of our players from Orlando Pirates in particular recently was found to have COVID-19, which means we're going to have to slow down for a little bit longer before we can resume the league. But I'm excited. I might even put some bets down, put some money down on teams that I've never even seen before. Teams you're not familiar with, Schalke and Wolfsburg. These are the teams we're going to have to adopt now going forward because that's all that's available. But of course, something else important happened this week. It was a day of celebration. Everybody, Sunday was incredibly important. It was Mother's Day. It was Mother's Day. My favorite moment from this weekend was when Kumail Nanjiani tweeted, if all of your mothers are so amazing, how come you guys turned out the way you did? I mean, shots fired, but he's got a valid question. How come if all of your mothers are so fantastic, when you read your tweets, it feels like you were raised by wolves? That's all we want to know. Hopefully you got to celebrate it in a very important way or a special way with the people that you love that were close to you, which is also interesting. Who of you have been quarantined with kind of like your parents or loved ones, and what's that been like? Are you freaking out? Are you upset? Are they stressing you out? Do you just want to be at home right now at this particular point? Because it's a very difficult time for everybody. But to all the wonderful mothers out there, we do want to shout you out for all the amazing stuff you've done, the sacrifices that you have made. We have not forgotten. We have not forgotten, and we want to shout you out and show you lots and lots of love going forward. Of course, it is a weird time to try and celebrate anything, right? You're stuck at home. You can't like really go get cakes baked and go to a restaurant, and so you just got to make do with what you can. But it's fine. That's what it's going to be like for a couple of months, hopefully. Hopefully we drop down to level 3. That's what everyone's working towards. And we have to play our part. But you know what? I'm not here alone. I have a special guest who is joining me. We're going to chat, talk about a lot of things that are going on in his life. I say a lot of things, but that's a relative phrase. None of us really have a lot of things going on right now. Our schedules are pretty clear, but we're doing the most that we can in the spaces that we've got. So I'd like you guys to please make some noise in the comments, I guess, for my special guest, the wonderful Nick Goliath.
Yeah, the way I must claps and laughter and cheering, dude. It's the saddest. Like,
It's tough,
all
huh?
these fire emojis are not enough. It's not the same. It's not the same experience as having people in front of you, man.
I was telling someone I had a nightmare where I was being heckled at a comedy show, and then I woke up from the nightmare, and I was upset because I didn't get time to win the audience back.
The heckler was the champion in your own dream.
I was like,
No, it's
"No, I've got
nightmare
other
stuff, bro.
gags."
Yeah, that's hardcore. I say thank you for
Messy,
having me
yeah.
on, bruh.
It's a pleasure, man. Thank you for joining us. How's your lockdown experience been so far?
My guy, it's been it's been up and down, man. Like in the
Yeah.
beginning, it was all that positivity. We're gonna come out of this. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna learn new skills, and then by like I don't even know. Like you were saying, I also stopped counting. I don't know
Yeah.
what day it is. Or then I'm just like, yo, guys. Okay, can we just have cigarettes? Can I just get my quiet back? Can I at least just go somewhere? Like, yeah, I am locked down because we were talking about being locked down with family and
Yeah.
loved ones, and I'm
For
locked down
sure.
with my wife and my kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the back in the cottage, my parents live in the back.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah. So I'm tired of all of them. Like, I've I've had enough, bruh. I love them, I love them, but I just need like just one day away, just to do my own things. And
I know your pain, bro, because it's hard. And you also can't be like, hey, can I have my space, guys? It's like, hey, we're all stuck in this mess over
your
here.
space is our space. Like, where do you want us to go? That's rough.
This this is
But I'm
our
I'm loving
space.
it though.
You're enjoying it. What have you done differently? What new things have you tried to do during this time?
So I tried, like in the beginning, I tried writing a diary because I was like, this is history stuff. This is,
Mm,
maybe my diary will be like the diary of Anne Frank, but like not on the same scale. Just like
sure.
they'll find it in 100 years and be like, yo, this is the diary of Nicholas Goliath. And
Yeah.
then and then it was cool. I did it for, I think I probably did 15 days where I
Oh,
wrote
that's pretty good. Yeah.
religiously.
Yeah.
And it was cool to just have a space where I could just put my thoughts down with no judgment, and just to process and understand how I was feeling.
Mm.
And then it just, yeah, I just got it. Diary writing is not, it's not my things, man. So, so like, because then it just started getting sad. I was like, yo, lockdown day, whatever. This is hectic. But on the upside though, I've
Mm.
started cooking. That's been a pretty cool thing that I've started enjoying, because
Yeah.
I've always, like, I've enjoyed the cooking most of my life.
Mm.
But I was never a recipe guy. So
For sure.
now, because you can only eat so much mutton curry before people in the house are like, guy, come, is there not
Please
something
give us
else?
something different. Give us something different.
Yeah. So now I've been Googling recipes. I check what's in the fridge, Google a recipe with the ingredients, and then I've been having some fun, man. I made some things I
Yeah.
never thought I'd ever make. I made a lasagna, like a boss 3 cheese
What? Like
lasagna.
from scratch? From scratch, you made a lasagna.
No, I didn't make from, like, I went to buy who makes their own lasagna sheets? Like,
I just
I'm
had
not
belief
there.
in you. I thought you really did the
No, no,
damn
no,
thing.
no. No. I bought my lasagna sheets, and I bought those sheets. You don't even have to, because I don't know how you normally do them. But they said, do
Mm.
not do anything. Just use straight from the box. I'm like, these are the ones I need in my life. And so I'll work my way up to lasagna, to making my
For
own,
sure.
maybe. But yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. We've all been kind of excited in the beginning. We were like, "There's new hope," and then eventually it was like, "Who keeps making these dishes?" And it's you.
Yeah.
Like you're the one making the whole time, bruh.
Dude, I have two lighties here as well, Maureen.
Mm.
It's permanent dishes. The lighties don't know how to take a dirty spoon and rinse it off and use it again. Like, I'm like, why are all the spoons, every single piece of cutlery in the house is in
Gone.
the sink? No, but there were
That's a
no dishes
mess.
done.
Yeah.
I'm like, wash the damn thing. Lighties are living soft out here. Yeah.
It's so messy though. I mean, I think we've all gone through a lot of changes. In fact, we pulled up a photo here, Nick, and we thought maybe you could tell us a little bit more about exactly what's going on in this situation over here.
Hey.
these are these are two different gentlemen. I've met the one on the right. Who is the other guy sat next to him?
Dude, hey, that's what happens when I let my hair grow. That's the whole of lockdown. I cut this last week
Oh yeah,
because I just couldn't. It felt like I had a beanie on full time, just rolled up. You know when you just roll it up. You know, like Madinga wears his beanie, just rolled
yeah.
up here. Yeah, that's how I felt the whole time. That's the longest I've had my hair, probably in like 20 years.
For real.
Yeah.
Why did you stop? Yeah.
I cut my hair every 4 days, 4 or 5 days. So twice a week,
What?
basically. To keep the thing, because like the length that I'm at now, this is
Yeah.
like day 3. So I know that tomorrow it will start itching. Then I can do another 2 days where the itching becomes too annoying and then I need to cut.
Why did you stop growing the hair though? Were you weren't a fan of the vibe, the look?
My head was hot, bruh. Like, permanently. I'm not used to. It just felt like it literally felt like a beanie on my head the whole time. It was weird for me because normally when I jump in the shower, I step under the water hits my head and comes down
Yeah.
my face.
Yeah.
Now I'd step in the shower, then to hit my head, then I'd wait, and then it must filter through. Because also that strand, my friend, that strand will hold on to everything that
It's got some
falls
toughness.
upon it. Yeah, solid like a rock. And I don't know, man. I don't smoke the hair. I like it was too much work. I had to brush it. I haven't brushed it in 20 years, bro. In the beginning, it
Real.
was cool. I started doing like a side path vibe. Then it just gets out of control. Then I was like, I don't have patience for that. I'm trying the beard though. I've
Yeah.
never ever tried to grow a beard.
I'm one of those unfortunate people where the things don't fully connect. So at some point, I just have to give up on it.
No, I'm here. I'm here. Also, like you can see this island of nothingness here, and then there's like a little patch, and it's weird. I don't know. So yeah, that's what it looks like. This side is fuller, so I'm only gonna do photos on this side. Like if I grow a beard, I'll
On
only
your good
shoot
side.
from this side. Yeah, I actually have a good side.
That's fine. One of the weird things though about this lockdown, right, is being stuck at home, but then seeing ourselves on television, like in new shows. The reason I bring this up is I saw a fantastic photo.
Shit.
This is you with the wonderful
Yes.
Steve Harvey. Like
Yeah.
exactly what's happening over here for the people that don't know.
So, dude, a lot of people think that I'm on the show. And what actually happened is that I got a call from Rapid Blue, the production company that's obviously put it all together. And they needed what they call a warm-up artist because they've got a live studio audience. So basically what happens is between takes, they just need somebody to help the audience keep their energy up. And just explain the game. So in the start of the day, explain the game, show how it works, what needs to happen, rules, regulations, that type of vibe. And then just the whole thing is just to keep them in a vibe, keep the audience happy, so that when Mr. Harvey comes out, it's straight onto the show. And that is a picture of me and him on stage where he was telling the audience, "This guy is a comedian." Then I'm like,
Wow.
"Yo, the original." One of the original kings of comedy just said this guy is a comedian. Bruh, I can't even explain to you the emotions, the feelings that were going on there.
That's an amazing feeling, man. Yeah.
Bruh, because you're saying like so Family Feud in the States, they've got the same guy. And he was saying what blew him away was that their guy in the States apparently uses a lot of music to hype the audience, keep their energy up. And then I was just talking cock to, I don't know if I can swear. I was just
Go
talking
ahead. You can
cock
do
to
whatever you
people.
like.
Sure. Yeah, so I was just talking cock to people. Then he was like, this guy does the same thing that guy does, but he does it with words. He's like, you guys have no idea. So there I was like 3 minutes away from crying, bruh.
That's fire.
Even now I'm a little emotional just thinking about the days when we used to make money.
Do you know what I was thinking the other day? I always thought like the way I would lose it all would be like a crazy like addiction to something, and like like I'd be a gambler, and all the money would dry up. I never thought it would be from just sitting at home for 6 weeks.
Yeah, you'd expect like a Monte Casino story. No, we lost to him at Monte Casino. He was having a shawarma. Nobody knows what happened after that. Left with no shoes.
It is such a mess, man, but it's been a weird time. I mean, we're talking about the show Family Feud with Steve Harvey. You're doing the warm-up. I wish we had the photo. There was one of the days we caught you in a Michael Jackson leather jacket. Like, what was it like doing the warm-up with all those different crowds and particularly that wardrobe? Who picked that stuff?
So the wardrobe I had, there's her name is Marlene. I don't know what the name of her company is, but Marlene, I worked with her when I did the game stuff a couple of years ago. I worked with her on that as well. And she just, like, my thing with wardrobe is I say to them, bring anything. Because initially I was just going to go in my own gear. And then when they decided now, because Steve, is of suits and smart and looking good all the time, they're like, we have to give you something. So I was like, because I'm in a jeans t-shirt, sneakers. That's my vibe. Goliath and Lihle t-shirt, plain black t-shirt, jeans, sneakers. Everywhere I go. I never really smart dressing up. So I was like, hey, if this is the opportunity, I said, put me in anything, whatever you got, the brighter, the crazier. Because I also have this belief that put me in it, I'll pull it off, I'll make it work.
Oh,
Even
I
that
like it.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm like, I won't just go and buy it on my own. But if I have
Sure.
to wear it, I'm gonna rock it. I'm gonna make it look good. Yeah.
I like that. That's swaggy because when we saw that jacket, it got messy. It was
Hey.
I was with Mpopops, and Mpopops can't let anything go. He had to just chuck in all the jokes over and over again.
And I came to greet the Owens. Nice day. Hi. How are you? What's happening? Yo. No, when you walk into the firing line, just pop. I felt like I was being hit with the AK, bro. Just everyone. No.
That is one of the things I miss about a comedy show is just laying into people afterwards or people bombing.
Yeah.
I said this last week. I miss watching people bomb on stage.
Yeah. Waiting. When you hear, like in Melville, when you used to hear the whispers at the back of the room. Are we going to gong? Is it time for a gong?
Give him 5.
Dude.
Give him 2 minutes. Give him 2 minutes.
Let's see where this joke goes. If it doesn't get a laugh, we'll go. Yo, those, like I was saying, I was speaking to Chandra the other day, and I was saying, those moments where after the show, go across the road to Shy or wherever, and just sit and have a beer. Sometimes it's 1 or 2 beers. Sometimes it's one of those turn-up nights. But
Sure.
I just miss the option of it.
Of being able to go somewhere.
Yeah, look what I'm drinking. Coffee, bruh. That's all.
Are you really drinking coffee at this time of the night?
I'm not one of those people who think like I can slam a coffee, I'll go sleep after the show immediately.
Things have gone very desperate for me. I'm drinking cinnamon flavored whiskey. Fireballs.
Oh, yes.
That's what this tastes like.
Like, what is that
Hellfire
shooter at the
almost.
Hellfire, yeah.
Yeah, but this
now
feels
it's a
like
whiskey.
an off-brand one. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the Oros of Hellfire. So it's got a weird aftertaste. It's not really the one, this one.
That thing the next day, man. The next day, every time you burp, it's just fireballs. Like, initially, it's great going in, but tomorrow, the whole day, just fireballs every time. Good luck.
We're going to feel the wrath of it. I hope I don't get hungover. But I think you and I have been talking about missing being in a communal space. In fact, we've brought someone in to join us because we want to bring up this level of socializing. We can't just be alone in this time because they're saying be alone together, which I'm not sure about. So we're going to welcome in our next guest joining us on the show, the wonderful Lihle Msimang, so we can all be alone together.
Msimang! Yo, that's a blazing cup.
Msimang! I was actually at that in my future intros. Msimang!
Confuse the hell out of the audience. They're like, what is going on over here?
Yeah, what the fuck was that? Was that people touch?
How you doing, Lihle? Are you all right?
I'm all right, man. I heard your guys' interview. I'm also missing the drink.
Yo, what are you drinking there?
I'm missing it so much.
What are you drinking there?
I'm drinking tea.
Marvelous.
Tea.
Yeah.
Guys, what's happening?
Did you see what I did there?
I did. I saw it, but I was like, we're going to have to move on. We can't allow that. We can't.
I'm sorry.
We miss asking.
Dude, this is how my wife feels all the time. She's like, can you stop with the rubbish jokes? Can you just give me 5 minutes without rubbish response? I respond to everything. Even my lighties are like,
They're fed up now.
No, dude, I need an outlet.
I was telling jokes to a teller when I was going to buy essentials, so it's bad.
No, why would you do such a thing?
Yeah, because all your jokes sound like this.
Do you guys bounce material off people before you do it at a show? Do you do that?
No, I don't. I don't.
It's been so long
It's
since
only
I
now
did a
it's been
show.
COVID.
I shouldn't have asked. This is going to a very dark place now.
Yo,
We're like,
so sad now. I don't think I bounce ideas much. Like I don't even write my stuff down. I don't know. Sometimes, in fact, most of my gags would come from like just a moment where it wouldn't even be an idea. Something funny would happen, and then if it's something that I feel I can relate back to the stage, then I just try and remember that thing. So I take those moments and then take them to the stage, as opposed to finding the thing and then seeing if it's funny, if that makes sense.
I feel you. I mean, everyone's got a different process. For you, Lihle, do you kind of work in the same vein, or how exactly do you go about it?
What I usually do is I try to trust what I initially wrote down. The only time
trust.
I'll
What guys? I trust. Choma.
no, like because my thing is I'll ask for advice after the performance. Like I'll say to someone, yo, I'm doing a new joke, please listen out for this. And then after the performance I go, yeah, so now, because every time I try ask before, I'll always fuck the joke up all the time. I don't know why. I'd always like it'll just get made.
Because they put doubt in your mind.
Why. So I always ask after. Yes, they always go, yeah, I wouldn't say fish, eh? Yeah, no, I'd rather say whale. And then you get then, and the whale goes, "Pooey."
And also, it's worse when you tell your
So I
joke
ask
to a
after.
comedian, because while you're telling the joke, they will, instead of listening to the fucking joke, we're rather trying to find where the punchline's going to come from. So you don't hear the whole thing. Then you're like, no, but why don't you do it like this? Then you're like, but this is how I planned. This was my... No, now you're just up there doubting yourself. Yeah, so guys.
I was thinking of a fish.
I don't know everything.
No, a whale. A whale.
A whale, or it could be a fish or a shark.
I don't know. You tell me.
Lihle, how's your lockdown experience been so far? How have you been finding these last few weeks?
Man, yo, I want to go. I want to to a park or something. I want to be on a swing. Something. I'm tired of being in this place. I'm so tired. But, for the people watching, it's been great.
Yeah, for the people in the other rooms in the house. No, it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
You have to check who's
I just
listening. You're
realized
like,
how dark my face is. Is it dark? Is it just me?
Don't worry.
But oh, shit.
It's
We'll
just
fix
That's
it in
better.
post.
you guys look a lot
Okay.
lighter, eh? I can see that you are trapped in the house.
Yeah. Suffering.
This is what-
complexion.
That's what happens when you don't go outside. You're just like, you become like a vampire. I'll be a full
Yeah,
yellow
no,
bone by the time you see me next time.
Yeah, you look like me.
You look
I
like
look like Don.
I look like Eric Jansen after this. We're doing Freaky Friday. You guys saw it here first.
Yeah.
It's all
Is he
going
doing white
down.
face? No. It's just the end of lockdown.
What a
Just came back
disaster.
home.
You guys said you in lockdown with your families. What's it like spending the lockdown with younger ones? What's their experience like? We'll start with you, Nick, and then we'll go to Lihle.
My guy, the young ones, surprisingly, they're homebodies. They smacked the fortnight and the chilling, because it started kind of in the middle of school holidays. Then it was back to school things. And
Sure.
that's interesting. We've had many interesting conversations about time management and understanding why it's important for you to do your homework, because I've completed matric already and you have not. So that's been fun. Like, just so much fun. My lightest go to the German school, which
Wow!
is,
Yes, yeah.
yeah. So math in German is a different thing. It's literally a
Do they
different
do
language.
everything in German?
They
Hold
do
up.
it in
Everything's in
German.
German.
Yeah, so they do German at a mother tongue level. So they've been there since kindergarten. So before school. So they do German at a mother tongue. They do English second language. English is the only English subject they have. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. No, it's interesting
It was
times.
crazy.
But it's cool, man. Like, my eldest, he's marking the kitchen as well. So we're enjoying time in the kitchen. And I've also just been learning a lot about them. Like my light is, they actually a lot funnier than I gave them credit for, and they're just cool, man. Like I can tell with my lighties, we have a nice understanding. It's and they like this. They take time to learn. They do things wrong. You just have
Sure.
to, I feel like a lot of parents expect your kids to just know a thing. Like I've told you the thing. I told you yesterday. I told you don't do the thing. Now you're doing the thing again today. Then I'm like, but there's things that we still learn as adults today that we've been told. Like our parents told us, save for a rainy day. Hey guys, it's
Yes.
storming. It's storming. How much did you save for lockdown times? You know what I'm saying? So now we're like, okay, yeah, our parents were legit. We should have saved. Um, but that's the thing. So it's a learning curve, and
Sure.
I'm trying to have a lot more fun with them during these times, because also our jobs take us away from family, man. So it's
Yeah,
cool.
we're not around a lot, you know.
Yeah.
So
Lihle
it is
didn't
quite.
like my answers.
Yeah, literally, I was just
I
like,
was
I
like,
can't.
fuck this
I
shit.
can't. I cannot do this. Talking about little ones. This is not my. I'm dodging my little one as we speak. I think Lisa went to go see
Yeah.
where the little ones are.
Because yeah, okay, there we go.
What happened, Lisa? Did you? Okay,
I have no idea. I bet you my son is pulling the Wi-Fi router somewhere.
I'm so glad you said Wi-Fi and not wire somewhere. It's too young.
we
Few more years.
we were asking Lisa earlier, what's it been like? Your little one's a little bit younger than Nick's kids. What's that been like?
He is loving that he's not going to preschool.
Wow.
He's loving that he's here all the time. So much so that he forgot how to nap. And now I'm just like, can you please just nap? I need you to nap. So,
He's not going to
yeah,
sleep. He's just up the whole day.
He's up the whole day. Like even now, I just heard him scream. I was like, I put you in bed, dude. Before I came here, I put you in bed. But yeah, he's very energetic. I think I need to exercise to keep up with this guy. Yeah.
Sounds
But it's taught
hectic,
me a
man.
lot, man.
Oh,
It's
tell
taught
us
me a
more.
lot.
Yeah.
Because he's been in school for just over 6 months, and for those 6 months it has been like a breather, and then
Yeah.
now he's back home and he has more words, and I'm like, who told you that word?
Nickelodeon.
Like, when you left here you were Google Gagarin. Now you are, yeah. So it's been interesting. I didn't know I could be a great teacher. Yeah, I didn't know.
Have you been teaching him? What have you been teaching him? This is what's fascinating to me. Like, what are parents teaching their kids? What syllabus are you guys pulling from right now?
We are learning ABC.
I wish I was there. It's so nice, man. What shape is this? Triangle. Yeah. Yeah.
And then round, then round.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were learning head, shoulders, knees, and toes. I've never sang that song that much ever in my life.
I feel like you
I
guys
didn't
having
know- I
two
didn't know
very
if you
different
teach someone these-
experiences.
Completely.
Completely. So yeah.
Doing long division this side, bro.
You.
I'm splitting this triangle and calculating angles and yeah.
I'm okay here. I'm fine here.
The full shape. We'll stick to the full shape. What have you guys been doing to kind of keep yourself sane in these last few weeks? Like, what's the go-to thing that you do once a day or twice that keeps you together? We'll start with you, Nick. What's been keeping you floating or keeping you up?
I think the main thing that's been keeping me going is the show that we've been doing, the Lights Go Live. Because that's it's a nice, interesting thing. Just also chatting to different people and just finding out people's experiences. And we've been getting some good feedback, so that's been cool. And then, the other thing is the cooking thing, man. Like I said, the kitchen. I found my fro, because my fro doesn't smart cooking. She's not a bad cook. She just doesn't like cooking. And then, now I'm loving it, man. Like it's exciting for me to find a new recipe and go and try. And yesterday I had my first flop in the kitchen with the new recipe.
I
Dumplings
saw
are
you
not
made
as
dumplings or something.
yeah. I barely made dumplings. The chicken was bang. Oh, chicken was delicious. The dumplings. I don't know what I did wrong. I let my family help with the dumplings. I made the other stuff. But yeah, herby dumplings. Then they were dough, and it's just cooked on the outside and then the inside
Oh
it's just
no.
raw. And then you put
Oh
it back in the
no.
oven, let it go again,
And
and
then
then
it
take it
burns on
out.
the outside.
No, and then it's still just raw. It's like I didn't even do anything. I put them in, took them out like nothing happened. Then so now, and I made a lot. So now after this, I'm gonna chow some more of those.
You got a stash of just
Yes,
those
bruh.
dumplings.
Nah, I'm gonna keep
That
it
is
dumplings and make
disgusting.
masks out of them. Just like
Lihle, what's been keeping you going over these times?
So I've been doing a lot of videos. I just got done doing videos for the government.
Dope.
That whole
yay!
stay proactive,
Agigi?
stay what. Yeah.
Yes.
I just got done doing them. And then I just decided
Yeah.
to continue them. Like it
Sure.
started off as I just decided to continue them. So that's been keeping me sane because now I'm writing differently. I'm writing content differently, I'm performing it differently, and I'm like, oh, okay, there's another element in this thing. And I've also just got done doing a show, so to speak, on one of these Zoom things. Now everything is Instagram, what, Zoom, what.
Zoom, yes.
Yeah.
What was that
so-
like? I'm so fascinated by these live shows. What was that like?
It was amazing. So I was with Celeste, Skulk, and Donovan actually. We were doing this show called The Lock Line, and we just like pretend to be talking online about a bunch of things, and it's rough because you don't hear the ha ha ha.
Yeah.
You don't. But because there was a director, we were able to like, that line was wrong. Okay, I'm gonna say it like this. Okay, then you perform it, and then they put it together, and yeah. So it's those things have been keeping me sane, I guess.
Is it like a scripted show or a comedy show? I'm just fascinated by the formats. I'm like, what is how?
It's both scripted and comedy. So they wrote like an overall idea, and then we had to like improv on the idea. Yeah. So each and every one of us would pick like a character that we would play or talk about, and then you just throw lines.
What
and
was
then
your
everyone-
character? Let's hear
one of my-
the voice of your character.
What?
You said a character. Don't characters have different
Give us the
voice, or
essence
you're
of
just
your
doing
character.
the same
I mean,
voice?
there's
One, let me see. Let me try to remember. One character was like a life coach. So I'd have to like a life coach that loves using yoga jargon. So I'd have to like stand there. What are your life goals? Namaste. Breathe. And like I'd throw like a bunch of things. Where's your mat? Is it made of bamboo? Oh no. Go out and find bamboo. And then like you just say a bunch of things, and then the director says, yeah, we're keeping that. No, we're tossing that. No, we're keeping that. No, we're tossing. And then they put it together, and it came out fantastic. Yeah.
That's
dope,
But like
man.
it was hard because there's no audience.
Yes.
Oh.
Because I watched the show or two where people were doing like stand up. I must call it that because
Hey.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm throwing people under the bus. This feels so
I
bad.
know those were
No, we've seen. Even those people that have done the things, they know what
they
they've
too,
done.
they
You
too
know when you've
that
done a
I'm
thing.
never-
It was so crazy. I was like, where are the jokes? Then also like the pauses were in all the weird places. You know when you're expecting a laugh, but it's clearly like, where are you gonna get this? The person was like,
Wait,
and then it was like,
and you can see the people go,
Yeah.
then you're like, who are you waiting for? This is the
You can't
show.
have a laugh break here.
I just sent an emoji, haha. There we go.
Sorry,
So So it's fascinating, like the timing that is required when doing an online show. It's a totally different thing. Like, Nick, have you done anything? I know you do the talk show, Goliaths Go Live. Have you done anything kind of stand-up-esque?
I've not done any stand-up stuff yet. I'm doing something next week, Thursday, which I'm looking forward to. But I don't know, dude. Because I've also been watching and just trying to understand, because I've got this thing coming up next week. Just trying to understand, because it's a completely different space. It's a different energy. It's like your pacing needs to be different. And I feel like to some degree your content is like, I've seen a lot of acts just go and try and do their jokes that we've seen them do in their one-man shows or whatever, and it works. Your jokes are funny, but the platform, I feel like, as an audience member sitting and watching at home, even though the thing's funny, I'm not laughing out loud because the family's here and it's weird, and I don't know. I feel like there's just something. It can work, but there's just something that needs to change. I feel like we just need to find it's basically back to open mic stuff. That's what everybody's back to open mic, and now I feel like we've just gotta just find the right. Yeah, no, it's dude. Do you know how long I was at open mic for? It's even more depressing. Yeah. Worked 9 years to get to this point to be an open mic again.
Again.
Oh, no. That's so cruel. That's just the world playing us.
Everyone is going 9 years.
Yeah. I've got a tear in my eye now. It's a tear on each, but
I won't lie. I didn't even try the online stand-up comedy. Like the online recording things and then editing them up and then putting them out. Sure, that's fine, because you look at it and you go, that's shit. Delete clip, re-record. Whereas the other one, I'm like, yo, I can't even imagine. I can't. Nick, I need you to tell me when you're done. How did you do it? Because like I can't. Like
just don't do this. Just don't do.
No, luckily with my one, we're getting to go into studio because they're allowing small broadcasts and things to happen. Okay. Not broadcasts, but small things. So I'm going in with productions. That's what I was looking for. So I'm going in with 2 other comics, which makes it, I think, a little bit easier because I feel like you play off each other. So I think it should be cool. I'm also terrified of that. Yeah, like you press record and then, hi guys. So how's this lockdown, hey? Yeah. No, I can't. I don't see myself.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Do you know what I hate? I hate people who go on IG Live and then they spend the first 5 minutes looking at the screen. So they're just doing this. And it's like, yeah, we here, man. Talk to us. Yeah. And the person is like,
hello, Jonathan. Okay, Michael's just logged in. Sure, Poppy.
Oh, you're bad.
Like, we can all see who's logged in. Stop fucking telling us.
Okay. Oh, Sizwe, that's my cousin. Okay, Jablani. Okay.
Cynthia, oh, happy birthday, girl.
Yeah, so guys, as you can see, we are live on Instagram. We are on Instagram with you. We came into your thing because a notification came up that said someone is going live.
Can I tell you my worst Instagram live story? Somebody invited me to their IG live, right? And then I was like, wait, how many people are in this? Then it was 3. Then I was like, shit. But remember, people who click on the live don't know whose live it is. They don't know whether you're sharing it with someone or it's your. So I was
your
like,
live.
The people think I've got 3 people tuned in. But then in the thing, I couldn't be like, hey, this isn't mine. I'm a guest of some.
I have many followers who are not watching now.
I have a couple.
There are gang people in my life who appreciate what I do. Just right now, they were very busy during a pandemic to tune into this shit. But some of the IG lives have been great. Have you seen any of the music ones? We'll start with Lihle. Have you seen any of the music ones?
I actually watched the Global Citizen one. That one blew my mind. I didn't even want to sleep. Like, that one blew my mind. the MT versus Nasty C one. That one was very, very dope. There was another one I saw. It's not a popular artist. I'll remember the lady's name just now.
Definitely
but,
not popular.
Yeah,
So singing some type of. How was that one, Lihle?
She was
Some artist. She
she's
does
not
things.
global
He does
citizens,
things.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Local citizen just.
Local
What?
citizen. Local citizen concert brought to you by SAPC One.
But yeah, the global citizen one was dope.
That's fire. That's so,
Oh, I must global
I
citizen.
am copywriting that local citizen. It's a
Add to your
charity where
salad.
we raise money in South Africa, and then we have
Yeah.
Pharrell and Beyonce come once a year. Same concept as global citizen, just different
Yeah.
spelling. Nick, have you seen any IG lives that you liked, or anything in particular that you've seen during the lockdown that you liked?
Dude, I've actually I watched KFC had a thing that they did live thing, which was pretty cool. It was that was for me, it was very weird because they brought Fresh on as the opening thing, and then he was killing it, and then he had a like a blanket as a backdrop, and then his backdrop dropped to reveal his entire bar in the background, which was great, full of bottles
That's
and stuff.
hectic.
I was like, that's it. Live TV, it's hella funny. But then they had Casper on as well. Casper was like, his sound was a little bit weird. But for me, I feel like I'm trying not to be too hard on anybody who's doing stuff out there.
Sure.
Because it's new space for all of us, and nobody really knows how it works, what works, how things are supposed to be working.
For sure.
But yeah, I've never been a big social media fan as such, so I haven't. I'm still not. I watched. I saw the. I can't even remember names now. No, I haven't seen any. But there's that one.
Local citizen. Local citizen.
No, it wasn't local citizen. It was the one where the sound is also cock, man. And these are big names. In fact, I'm not even gonna try and go because people are gonna be charging me out here for not knowing.
No, it's okay. This
artists.
is a safe space.
Yeah, but I've been enjoying watching some of the comedy, and not so much the comedy. Watching the comedians that are putting out cool stuff.
Yes.
People that I never expected to be putting out cool stuff, or not never expected to, but people who've now come out of their comfort zone and are now doing things differently. That's I've been enjoying.
I feel you. I mean, it's a very scary time for everyone, but also one that's exciting. There's new opportunities. You've got the show. I just wanted to find out, where can people catch you? What are you going to be up to in the next few weeks? I know we're still on lockdown, still stage 4 at the moment, or level 4. Where can people see you and consume some of your good stuff?
Amen. Nicholas Goliath on all platforms is where you can find me. You can follow me on Twitter. All I do is retweet, and then check out the Goliaths Go Live. We're on every day, Monday to Friday, 2:00. You can check that out on Skyroom Live or Goliath and Goliath on Facebook. And yeah, I'm doing the Savannah virtual comedy thing. I don't know if I can mention that, but
go ahead.
I'm out there doing the Savannah virtual comedy bar next week with Pule and Robbie Collins, and that I'm hella excited about. Should be fun, man.
That sounds
So
super
realize-
dope, man.
How cuck my framing is here. Damn it.
It's a little bit skewed, but these things happen. We don't have our
Hey.
full complement of crew, so it is what it is. I don't know what happened to Lihle. I was going to bid everybody farewell, but she's disappeared on her own regard here.
Yeah, she's also logging onto her own local citizen there. Done. Yeah.
The young one is awake now.
Hey, they don't
is
sleep.
time.
Because I think the young one, she said, I think he's like 3, 2.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
2. He's young. Yeah,
Over there.
that age, bruh.
Really?
They're like dynamos, man. It's like they just build up energy. Everything just feeds them with energy till they just shut down. Poof, and then shut down. And then that shutdown, that recharge period is the shortest period of the day.
Before they come
Everything
back to
else-
full volume.
Yeah, no. And they work because they're either asleep or busy at that age. Like there's no I'm chilling. It's I'm sleeping or I'm busy. going for things. Yeah. Now I feel for her. Yo.
We're sending
Ooh.
our prayers out to Lihle, who is probably now trying to put her little dynamo back to bed. But Nick, thank you so
Yeah.
much for joining us. Shout out to all the good stuff you guys have been doing. Make sure you check out Nick on Goliath Go Live, and of course, Savannah Virtual Comedy Bar. That's next week happening on YouTube. We'll be sharing links in the description. Sir, thank you so much for joining us. Salute.
Shot
Thank
to
you
have
guys
me,
for
bro.
tuning in to this episode. You've been a fantastic audience. We'll see you guys next week with some more guests, some more wonderful people. Once again, this has been brought to you by Bitmap Digital, the home dog, the homeboy Wade Rose on the ones and twos running things. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next week with some more guests. Okay, thanks. Bye. Yo.